The next 2 weeks on The Bold and the Beautiful may not begin with one giant explosion, but make no mistake, something dangerous is shifting. Power is being questioned, loyalty is being tested, romance is trying to survive, and one quiet secret could become the spark that exposes everything. The first major tension begins with Ridge and Brooke. Brooke had a bold vision. She wanted the co-CEO position. She wanted influence. And most importantly, she wanted a seat at the table where Steffi's decisions could no longer control Hope's future. But Ridge shuts that idea down. On the surface, Ridge may tell himself this is about keeping peace at Forrester Creations. He knows replacing Steffi, or even weakening her authority, would create a war inside his own family. Steffi would see it as betrayal. Taylor would see it as Brooke trying to take something that belongs to her daughter. And Ridge would be caught in the middle all over again. But for Brooke, this rejection cuts deeper. It is not just about a job title. It is about Ridge choosing caution over her. It is about Brooke realizing that when the pressure rises, Ridge may still protect Steffi's position before he protects Brooke's influence. That kind of disappointment does not disappear easily. And when Taylor learns that Brooke tried to move into Steffi's spot, expect her to take a very clear side. Taylor may not just defend Steffi. She may see this as proof that Brooke still wants too much power over the Forrester family. So Ridge may think he avoided one crisis, but he may have only delayed a much bigger one. Hope is about to face the fallout. When Brooke admits she is not becoming co-CEO, Hope will understand what that really means. There is no new protection. No strong Logan voice in power. No guaranteed relaunch date for Hope for the future. That leaves Hope exposed. And Steffi may not simply delay the line. She may decide to shut it down completely, especially if she believes Hope pushed Brooke into this power play. From Steffi's point of view, this is not just business anymore. Hope's line has become part of a larger fight between the Logans and Forresters. And if Steffi feels attacked, she may respond by removing the one thing Hope is most desperate to save. That is why Hope cornering Steffi could become such a loaded moment. Hope will want answers. She will want clarity. She may demand to know whether her future at Forrester is being judged fairly, or whether she is being punished because of Brooke. But Steffi will not be easy to move. This is where the emotional tension becomes bigger than fashion. Hope is fighting for identity, purpose, and dignity. Steffi is fighting for control, authority, and the right to protect her company from Logan pressure. Neither woman is likely to back down. And that makes Hope's next move even more important. While Hope struggles at Forrester, Bill sees something very different. To him, Hope's frustration may be a sign. Maybe she does not belong under Steffi's control anymore. Maybe she belongs at Logan, where she can help build something new instead of begging for space inside a company that keeps pushing her aside. Bill may view this as a clean answer. Katie, however, has a more complicated choice. She may genuinely want to help Hope. She may see her niece hurting and want to offer a path forward. But there is another layer here. Hiring Hope could also mean pulling her away from Brooke's world at Forrester. It could strengthen Logan while weakening Forrester. And that would make this move both personal and strategic. When Katie takes Hope's hands, that moment could feel warm, supportive, and emotional. But underneath it, there is a question. Is Katie rescuing Hope, or is she making the smartest business move Logan could possibly make? The answer may be both. And if Hope accepts, this could become one of the biggest announcements of the next 2 weeks. Zenday's story may seem quieter, but it matters. He has been frustrated with how he is being treated at Forrester Creations. His talent is real, his contributions matter, but lately, it may feel like his designs and his voice are being pushed aside while bigger family politics take over the company. Still, Zenday may try to come together with RJ. That is important because it shows he has not given up on Forrester yet. Even if he feels disrespected, he may still want the family business to survive. He may still believe there is something worth protecting. RJ's role here could be interesting. He may want peace. He may want unity. But RJ is also emotionally tangled in the Elektra and Will situation, which means his focus may not be as steady as he wants it to be. So this partnership could begin with good intentions. But if Hope leaves, Brooke grows resentful, and Steffi tightens control, Zende may eventually ask himself a painful question. Is loyalty still worth it when loyalty is not rewarded? That question could become very dangerous later. Now we move into the darker side of the spoilers. Melissa Dillon may be trying to build a fresh start at Forrester Creations, but Remy Price is becoming a problem she cannot ignore. Dillon warns Remy to stop coming around before he gets caught. That warning already tells us she understands the danger. Remy is not just an annoying visitor. He is a threat to her stability. And Charlie Weber's return as head of security could make everything worse for her. If Charlie starts watching closely, Remy's presence may become harder to hide. And if Elektra receives shocking information, she may finally learn that Remy is in Los Angeles and has been lurking near Forrester. That puts Dillon in a terrible position. She may have to pretend she does not know him. She may have to hide their cousin connection. And every lie she tells could make her look more guilty when the truth finally comes out. Remy's pressure may also increase because of Dickie Sharp. He wants Dillon to help him reconnect, and if she refuses, blackmail could become his next weapon. That is what makes this storyline so tense. Dillon is not just hiding a secret. She is trapped beside someone who may be willing to use that secret against her. Romance brings some hope into these 2 weeks, especially for Will and Elektra. Will is expected to pour his heart out to Elektra. After everything they have been through, he wants another chance. He wants their relationship back on track. And now that Elektra has agreed to be friends with Dillon again, she may feel emotionally ready to reopen that door with Will. A reunion could even lead to celebration during the week of May 25th. But this will not be simple. RJ may be disappointed if Elektra chooses Will. He has feelings too, and he may not give up easily. That means Will and Elektra's romantic surprise could create a new triangle, or at least a quiet rivalry. The most interesting part is Elektra herself. She has to decide what feels safe, what feels honest, and who truly understands her. If she returns to Will, it may not be because everything is perfect. It may be because she believes their love still has something worth saving. But in Los Angeles, love rarely gets a peaceful restart, especially when secrets are still moving in the background. The biggest question going into the second week is whether Hope's possible move to Logan becomes more than just a career change. If Steffi cancels Hope's line, Brooke may support Hope's decision to leave. At that point, staying at Forrester may feel less like loyalty and more like humiliation. And Brooke herself may begin to wonder whether she should make a move too. After Ridge rejected her co-CEO pitch, Brooke may feel pushed out of power. If Hope joins Logan, Brooke could be tempted to follow, not just as a mother, but as a woman who wants influence somewhere she is valued. That could create a surprising turning point for Brooke and Katie. The sisters have had tension. They have had hurt feelings. But a shared Logan vision could bring them back together in a new way. And if Brooke, Katie, and Hope align, Forrester Creations may suddenly face something it did not expect. A Logan comeback, not from inside the company, from the outside. So over the next 2 weeks, The Bold and the Beautiful is not just giving us separate storylines. It is building pressure from every direction. Ridge may believe he made the safest choice by keeping Brooke away from the co-CEO chair. But that decision could leave Brooke feeling dismissed, underestimated, and pushed aside at the exact moment Hope needs protection the most. And when Brooke feels that Ridge has chosen Steffi's comfort over her loyalty, the damage may not show immediately, but it will sit there, waiting to explode. Hope's future is just as uncertain. If Steffi refuses to relaunch her line, or worse, shuts it down completely, Hope may have no reason left to stay at Forrester Creations. That is where Logan becomes more than a new opportunity. It becomes a possible escape. It becomes a fresh beginning. And maybe, it becomes the first real sign that the Logan women are ready to build power somewhere else. But this is not only about business. Dylan's situation with Remy could turn much darker. The longer she hides their connection, the more dangerous the truth becomes. If Elektra discovers that Dylan has been pretending not to know him, the friendship they just repaired could break all over again. And if Remy starts using blackmail, Dylan may be forced into a choice that could destroy her new start at Forrester. Then there is Will and Elektra. Their reunion could bring a little romance back into the chaos, but even that happiness may not be safe. RJ may be disappointed, and disappointment can turn into jealousy when feelings are still unresolved. So the biggest question is not just who will make the next announcement. The real question is, whose life will be changed by it? Will Hope finally walk away from Forrester? Will Brooke follow her daughter into a new Logan chapter? Will Dylan's secret come crashing down at the worst possible moment? And can Will and Elektra really celebrate love while another storm is forming around them? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because these next 2 weeks could mark the beginning of a major shift in Los Angeles. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more bold and the beautiful spoilers, updates, and dramatic analysis.